So, hey you guys, I'm here in my little space where I'll be doing my little videos. I had 3 questions earlier. I don't know why I look so blurry. Okay, I don't know. I just got home from work, right? And so it was a full day at work. And now I have to come home and strategize. And with me trying to strategize, this is just me letting you guys into my little space, just letting you know, like, real estate kind of, like, I have to treat it like a full-time job if I want to see full-time results. That's what my girl just told us, right, on the KEU. But it's difficult for me to do that, and I'm going to only say why. Because first of all, I have to first be dedicated to it. I'm doing a 9 to 5 and I'm doing it like part-time, or I do it as needed, like, or when I get the funds, right? And so I posted like some questions on YouTube the other day. Well, actually earlier today while I was literally at work and I was sitting there. I don't want to be giving you all my goodies. While I was sitting there and I was just like, you know what? These are the things that I'm struggling with. These are the things that I'm dealing with, but I'm dealing with them because I'm not doing it full time. I'm doing it part time. And when I realized, like, okay, Bernice, like, you have to get out of your brain. Let's really strategize. And like, maybe I think I need to go and just sit quietly with the Lord and literally follow her instructions, right? She is the GOAT in this situation where she is making this money. She is doing this hand over fist. And I'm sitting here trying to learn. And although she's doing something totally different, now she does have her hand in real estate in some aspect, but she's doing stuff a little totally different. The strategies do not change. And I have to realize that. And I have to come out of my own self to realize and see how can I just apply what she's saying, teaching, and I have the ability to rewatch. If it's something that I'm not getting, I can rewatch it and listen, rewind, fast forward, whatever the case may be, right? I initially thought that it wasn't useful for me to listen to the testimonies or like when people was talking, asking questions, and then I realized, she's giving you information that you need. And so I made myself patient and like listen to, because some of the other people, like last year, they were just asking the same question. I'm like, so you're telling me nobody's listening? And I guess this year she must have prayed harder or something, because now people are not really asking the same questions and she's able to give it different strategies, which is very useful and helpful for me. Which brings me back to my real estate, which is how do I figure out my strategy to obtain extra money? She answered one, which was do some buy and flips instead of buy and holds, which makes perfect sense. My cousin and I already had this dialogue about how many do we think is sufficient to buy and hold first, and then maybe do a flip. The problem that I'm coming up against is the properties that I have, I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell the ones that I have. I need to get another property to flip, and I don't have a problem with doing that. The problem is, where's the money coming from? And so that's my dilemma. Like, where do I find money to purchase another property to flip? Where do I find, maybe I could use some of the properties that I have as collateral. That's an option. And then I will want to be able to pay that off. That's an option. I also have another deal possibly coming up that I can either sub to, or I can just do a purchase and refi loan, which I would like to do a bridge loan because it will help me with the money up front. So things like that are on my plate, and it's got to make me think. And now I also have to go in the garden and do stuff in the garden. And I have to cook. And I just got home. And I sat in the car for like almost I don't know if it was an hour, but just sit in the car, just scrolling because I'm over. I'm like, stick a fork in me. I'm done. So these are some of my dilemmas as to why I'm not doing real estate full time. But maybe if I apply all of my energy and time into it like another full-time job, then I would get it. And trying to figure out for me how to get extra income in my house. I got properties that I don't have moving. So that's kind of frustrating because I'm the only one doing everything. Right? So I got to get out of this rut. It's a rut that I'm in, and I gotta get out of this rut. We're gonna figure it out. Continue to watch me on my journey with real estate, being a developer, understanding the ins and outs of this process, and having a full-time job and a family. I'm gonna get it together though, and y'all gonna watch me while I'm doing it. You gonna watch me while I'm doing it? Why not? You gonna watch me while I'm doing it? Because I definitely believe and feel that someone needs to see the ins and out of it. How do you start? What do you do? How do you strategize? How do you get this thing going? Because I know there's another me out there or someone like me that's going to come up later on and not know anything or know what to do, right? And so it looks like I'm selling something. I don't want to look like I'm selling it because I ain't selling that over here. But there's another me. Yeah, that's a lot, but there's another me watching. And I know you're like, how do you get past point A to point, not so loud. How do you get past point A to point B? How do you navigate when you get to point B and you need to pivot to point K? Right? I just jumped. K. You need to pivot. Okay? So it's one of those things. Okay, pivot to point D and miss C, whatever. But that's just me. I'm trying to figure that part out. And I'm going to figure it out. But keep on watching Vernice the Developer. Because I'm going to become the very developer that I desire to be. The visions that I've seen of the buildings that I want to create. I'm going to do it. Listen, I have no choice but to do it. And so just watch the journey. And listen, if you have any advice, if you know anything that will help me, I'm sitting here looking at a ladder like I literally be out here doing stuff. And then I like to do like the finishes, like the little 3D, walls and different things like that. Accent things, like where I'm sitting at now, like an accent wall, and then you see my little plant or whatever like that. So, and my microphone, y'all can hear that. Y'all can see that. But yeah, so this is just me walking through the journey of me becoming a developer. Keep watching. You're going to see the transformation soon. Peace.